From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, August 19th, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.35 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,341 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $581. Antiwar.com reports after Saudi Arabian airstrikes against a Doctors Without Borders (MSF) hospital earlier this week killed 19 civilians, including 3 staff members. The aid group is announcing a full-scale evacuation of its staff from all 6 hospitals it operates in northern Yemen. MSF warned that it considers all hospitals in Sada and Hajjah province unsafe for patients and staff because they are at risk of targeting by Saudi warplanes. MSF facilities have been repeatedly targeted since Saudi Arabia invaded Yemen last year. A statement by Doctors Without Borders said they regretted having to withdraw from northern Yemen, but that they have been unable to secure any credible assurances from the Saudi-led coalition that they will stop attacking the hospitals, saying they have no option but to withdraw. Saudi Arabia promised to probe the attack on the hospital, but despite killing thousands over the course of the war so far, they have repeatedly insisted their attacks are not war crimes and that by definition they don't target civilians. When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.xyz, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.xyz today to find out more. UPI reports U.S. Olympic swimming gold medalist Ryan Lochte is not welcome in Rio de Janeiro, accused with 3 others of having lied about being robbed at gunpoint to cover up a drunken episode at a gas station, and then leaving Brazil just steps ahead of the Rio Police. The 4 American swimmers claim they were robbed while taking a taxi to the Olympic Village early Sunday after a late party at the Team France house. The 12-time Olympic medalist claimed men posing as police stopped their taxi, forced them onto the ground, and put a gun to his head before making off with his wallet. Investigators say as they looked further into the tale, it began to fall apart. Police say the 4 swimmers did take a taxi back to the village, but stopped at a gas station on the way back and got into a fracas with a security officer there over damage to a restroom door. The gas station owner said Lochte, who later acknowledged being intoxicated, also urinated on the outer wall before leaving. The Americans returned to their cab and tried to leave. The guard pulled his weapon to detain them until Rio Police arrived. Security video from the Avenue of the Americas, where the incident occurred, shows the men at the gas station and their spat with the guard. The video also shows them trying to get into a different taxi. The video does not show any signs of an armed robbery. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports a U.S. judge on Thursday rejected an attempt by Uber Technologies to settle a class action lawsuit with drivers who claimed they were employees and entitled to expenses. In a case that has been closely watched in Silicon Valley, where many companies use on-demand workers, U.S. District Judge Edward Chen in San Francisco ruled the settlement was not fair or adequate for Uber drivers. Some drivers had objected to the terms of the settlement, valued at up to $100 million, which would have affected roughly 385,000 current and former drivers in California and Massachusetts. Uber drivers contended in the lawsuit that they should be deemed employees and reimbursed for expenses such as gasoline and vehicle maintenance. Those expenses are now borne by the drivers. The proposed settlement would have kept drivers classified as independent contractors. Several drivers who were part of the lawsuit filed objections with the court. In a statement, Uber said it believed the settlement was fair and reasonable, adding, "We're disappointed in the decision and we're taking a look at our options." Chen noted that part of the proposed settlement, $16 million, would only have been paid to drivers if Uber's valuation grew by a certain benchmark within a year of any initial public offering. The remaining $84 million, Chen said, represented a substantial discount on the full value of driver claims. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.